Hello and welcome to another field recording video where we're going to Riverland Valley Trail to record some rivers and some trickling things and some streams and some waterfalls and all sorts of water-based things. One of the things that I've found recently is that I seem to be obsessed with recording water, whether that's rivers, streams, waterfalls, beach waves, rain, all that sort of good stuff, and it keeps me busy, it gives me something to do, and yeah, it's just very strange that it's all water based. We're going to be taking the Sony D50, the Sony M10 and the Sony A10 with us on this little adventure today. With the Sony A10 I'll be using the Clippy EM272 microphones, but with the D50 and the M10 I'll be using their inbuilt microphones for capturing sounds. Without further ado, enjoy these sounds. As always, feel free to ask me any questions or just chat away in the comment section. One of the things that really amazes me with rivers in particular is how many different sounds you can get from just one river, like just by placing the microphones in different positions along here. We can explore different sounds and try different things. So I'll demonstrate this to you. I'm going to sit over on that log over there and we will try and get some different sounds from the same sort of area within the river, and it's one of the great things about it, because then you can choose which is your favorite sound, which is the most calming, which is the most relaxing, and use that. So let's do it. So those were the videos with the Sony M10 with its inbuilt microphones, and I just wanted to say a really quick thank you to Alan at Audio with Intelligence, who managed to help me recover it after it had a cheeky little dip in the ocean. Obviously, at the time I was under the impression that it was completely dead, but I opened it up, cleaned it out, and during the process of cleaning it out, some of the wires and the microphones fell off. And because I don't have any experience with soldering, especially not with very, very small components like this, Alan was a complete hero, and I sent it over to him and he resoldered them back in, and it's pretty much back from the dead. So Sony lives to see another day. So these captures wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for Alan and his amazing soldering and repairing techniques. So cheers for that, Alan. Alan does a lot of binaural kits with some very, very powerful microphones that do an amazing job. You may have seen my other video, which I'll pop down in the comment section and in the description as well, actually, where I took the SR3D that he creates out into the field and caught some lovely sounds with it. So it's definitely a microphone worth checking out if you're looking for something that can help with sort of binaural audio capturing. The possibilities for it are absolutely limitless, and I've yet to explore that fully. I'm looking to do another video on that pretty soon, actually. But thank you, Alan, because these captures would not have been possible were it not for your amazing rescue skills. So it's very much appreciated. So next up, we stumbled upon a quite mighty waterfall, and one of the questions that I've posed myself recently is that every time I've tried to capture a waterfall, it often just sounds like white noise. It's usually just something along the lines of, and I was wondering if we get closer, like very close. And I know Alan's going to be thinking, oh, for God's sake, you need to get your microphones away from the water, because look at what happened to the Sony M10. But, you know, no risk, no reward. I like to live a little dangerously. So when we got to this waterfall, I thought, let's use the Sony A10 and the Clippies to see if we're close to the waterfall, if we can capture some sort of detail amongst that white noise. So we tried that out, and this is the result, which I think we did manage to get some sort of subtle details in there. That was the only thing I recorded with the Sony A10 and the Clippies. I think sometimes having so many recorders and so much choice is a little bit overwhelming. Sometimes it's better if you just have one and you just, you know, you're not constantly switching and changing things. It's a little, it's like before I go out field recording, actually I look at all my recorders and microphones, and sometimes I'm a little overwhelmed and I'm like, oh, I could take that, I could take this, I could take that. And my bag just ends up full of recorders and microphones, and sometimes it's nice to just have just the one, you know, nice pocket-sized one, and it's nice and easy and quick. But I like to make things difficult and drag everything into my bag. So that's pretty much what I did today. I decided to make it a little bit more awkward for myself and grab all of the Sony recorders that I have and take them out. We're actually on the way back to the car now, and I realised that I brought the Sony D50 and had yet to use it because I've been having so much fun with the M10, obviously with it being brought back to life, and I used the Sony and the Clippies, and then I was just so captured by the visuals and the scenery that I completely forgot to record for quite a while, which is unusual. So on the way back we got these clips with the Sony D50, which I got fairly recently actually, the Sony D50, and it's beautiful. The microphones are just amazing. When we were on the way back, System of a Down came on the radio, Lonely Day, and in my head, for some bizarre reason, I could hear it as Such a Sony Day. Such a Sony day, and it's mine, the most Sonyest day of my life. And yeah, that just made me chuckle. I'm always sort of making field recording parody versions in my head. So, such a Sony day, and it's mine. Well, thank you for being here with me and indulging me and being along for the journey. And until next time, take care of yourselves, and bye-bye for now.